Hey, what's up, you lovely, lovely human beings? My name is Sebastian, and welcome to the Galactic Seabass channel. This is a podcast, and we are going to do things today. First thing we're doing is launching this guitar pick off this catapult. Nice. That was pretty cool. Anyway, thank you so much for being here today. This is episode 31 of the Galactic Seabass podcast, and my name is Sebastian. I will be your host now, forever, and always. Thank you so much for tuning in. I do just realize that I left my trap phone on the counter. Okay, trap phone initiated. I have to watch ads on my own videos. That is crazy. Anyway, hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show. I don't have any plan today. We are absolutely just winging this thing 100%. So, what is up, everybody? Today is December 14th, I want to say. It's a guess. It's a solid guess, I think. Hey, I was right. It is the 14th. Is that a plane going overhead? Well, let's go ahead and do a quick little cheers. Got the coffee to start today's show. Get things on the road. Rock and roll. All right, let's go ahead and get situated if we're about to be here for a little bit. Let's get my hair. My hair is having a bad hair day, so this is what it looks like. Welcome to the world of long hair on dudes. Let's see if I can find the base of the scrunchie. Go ahead and we're left with all this damage. We'll go ahead and take care of that a little later, because I'm not doing that right now. Oh, you go outside or to a trash can, figure that kind of thing out. Should we pretend this is a real podcast and just we'll let everybody think that I know what's going on and throw these bad boys on? Make it seem like we know what we're doing, and then just for fun, we'll just put a Santa hat over on top. Is this good? Are we podcasting? Okay. All right, we're here, we're live, we're doing this. This episode is about to get squirrely. Let's see what's going on. Comedy's been fun this week. Did a couple of decent little sets. I did a show with my buddy Mike Diamond up in North County. Did my 4th paid gig ever, which was pretty cool. Had this crazy hookah lounge in Mira Mesa. That was super fun. I did my first 15 minutes. And then we did Smokin' Jays for Mike Red's show, and we did a bunch of Madhouse sets. We did ACC this week. ACC night was crazy because my buddy Kelly, who's been on the show before, got into a car accident that night, which was just super out of the blue. He talked to me on the phone, and then 5 minutes later he texted me he's in an ambulance and he was just fine before that, so that really threw me off, and I ended up skipping Madhouse. I went to the hospital and brought him back, and we watched this movie Strays, which was really fun. Shouts out to Will Ferrell and Jamie Foxx. That was a really fun movie, so I'm really glad my friend Kelly's okay. He spent the night. Next day we went over to the place where they keep your car, and they were holding it hostage, so we got all the stuff. They wouldn't let me drive my car into the parking lot. They made this poor man who just got in a car accident walk a shopping cart through a gravel road to his car to walk all his stuff back and then put it in. And so I'm really glad that was all taken care of and okay. Was that another plane? Yeah, shouts out to Kelly for being alive. And that was a whirlwind. So, it's only been 48 hours since then, but I really hope that things are justified. He actually ended up going over to the guy's house and found out that he put the camera footage on YouTube, which I'm pretty sure shows that my friend is in the right, and that was a very just random ordeal. This looks like a beret. That's fun. Yeah, really glad Kelly's okay. That was definitely pretty spooky, and yeah, then we did a couple more sets. I've been working a lot. I'm really tired, but happy to keep working, saving up for Kill Tony at the end of the month. And the only way to get there is just to work my butt off. So I'm just working and trying to save, and I think we're on the right track. So if anybody wants to support my journey, help me get to Austin a little bit faster, there is a description of my Venmo in the description. I don't think I worded that correctly. Anyway, thanks for your support. And you could also like this video, subscribe to the podcast, tell your friends about it. We're almost at 5,000 subscribers, so thank you so much for your support along this YouTube journey. I really appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. And a whirlwind. Again, this is brought to you by Liquid Death and Martha Stewart. Shouts out for this dope candle. This thing's awesome. Yeah, I say I'm a lot. I'm just trying to, find my way through the okay. Oh, so at Madhouse this week we did a white elephant. That was super fun. Everybody brought in gifts under $20, and my gift ended up being the last one on the table, which was, it wasn't even in the worst bag. I just had whatever. It's fine. It was just a little mask from the adult store, and hopefully, Ashley likes that one. So shouts out to the AA. And I ended up getting this really neat little necklace made by my friend Honey Bear. Look how cute it is. It's like a little mushroom cap, and it's hard to do this one-handed, but the cap goes up, and it's sick, and then you can put stuff inside, and there's a lighter and a little J, and it's so cute. So shouts out to Honey Bear. I'm really glad this ended up being the thing that I got, and yeah, that was pretty cool. So White Elephant was dope this year. Shouts out to the Madhouse and Robert. Thanks for having that available. That was really fun. And yeah, now we're here. It's Thursday. My buddy Phil, I was hoping he was able to do the podcast today, but some scheduling things got in the way. So he'll be, taking off for Nashville this week. So big shouts out to Phil Overbeck. Best of luck in your journey, my dude. And hopefully we get to do the podcast when you return in the future. Yeah, for Phil, let's go ahead and start off the fun part. All right, so shouts out. Cheers, buddy. Best of luck in Nashville town. We're having a good time. Wish I had a cap on for that one. Would have made more sense. Yeah, so that's what's going on there. Let's see where we are number-wise. I'm still keeping track of this because I'm a psycho. Launching the catapult. All right, let's see. So, as you can tell by this absolutely crazy book, we're getting down towards the bottom of the set tracker number 2, page 1, which was started on 9/11. Pretty neat little fact. So last night we did sets 433 and 434 at Smoke and Jay's and Madhouse. So tonight, Thursday, in theory, we're signed up at the Madhouse. Mike Diamond has an open mic up in Oceanside. Josh Mergel is producing a show that Adam Ray is headlining at Thrusters Lounge with Gabe and Austin Treffilet on the set, which is pretty neat. So I might go over there and support. I'd love to see Adam do something locally, especially. That dude's huge right now. All his Dr. Phil stuff is hilarious. I love the Dr. Phil episodes. They're so silly. Yeah, we'll be right back. We'll take a commercial break, and then we'll be right back. We're doing a little crack. We'll be right back. Just like, what are these concepts? I don't know if you've seen it. Adam Ray did a video where he did 15 minutes as an old lady, and never told the crowd that he was Adam Ray. They just watched an old lady. So that was incredible. That dude's prolific. I would love to see him do something live, just in his regular old costume. It sounds pretty cool. That's who he is. What the? That was a weird thing to say as a person. Gotta go ahead and put this thing back in. My little pin fell out. All right, rock and roll. So this has probably been about 4 minutes of podcast. We're supposed to do an hour. Oh boy, this is about to get squirrely. No one's here. It's just me and the camera and my dog. We just went on a little play thing. Ollie's been doing this weird limp, and I don't like it. He's limping right now. Like, we just went for a play, and now he's acting all funny. What's up with your paw, my dude? Can I see your paw, please? This paw? Yeah. Yeah, what's going on? You good? You don't have any thorns or nothing? Oh my gosh, yeah. My neighbors have been crazy. They moved a bunch of cactuses in the way where we play catch just to prevent us from playing catch because they're passive-aggressive psychos. And I can't take it, but it's fine. So we do what we can. And I was trying to make do and make this good little place to live for my boys. Right now, Andy's still out playing, so I should open up that back door just in case he wants to come home. It's getting dark out. And, you know, I want to make sure that he's nice and warm at the end of the day. I love my little guys. I love you, Ollie boy. Here, why don't you go in the bed and lay down, or on the couch? Do you want to go on the couch? You can lay on the couch. That's fine. He doesn't really know couch. He knows bed, but I don't really. I could tell him up when he's by the couch. And then, here, go on. Here, I'm going to take a quick commercial break for my buddy. Ollie, let's go over there. Come on the bed. Okay, all right. Yeah, this isn't even. His headphones are not plugged into anything. Ollie boy, come here, up here. All right, lay down, lay down. Lay down. Lay down. Oh, your paw's caught on the cord. Lay down. Sit. Lay down. Come on. Get comfy. Lay down. Come on, bud. There you go. There you go. That's my special little guy. There you go. I'll tuck you in all nice and cozy toasty. I love you. You stay. Good job. That's my special little guy. All right. Ollie's all tucked into bed, so hopefully he's doing a little better. I love you, bud. You're such a good boy. All right. Well, we are back on the almost Christmas episode. Let's see, how far are we away? 11 days from Christmas, so we have one more episode, and then it's Christmas Day. So, best of luck to everybody going to see your families. I hope that you all survive those interesting interactions that you're all about to have. Yep, this is... Christmas has always been one of those things. You know, I've been driving around a lot looking at all these beautiful houses, all just covered in these illustrious displays of Christmas lights. And when I was a kid, I used to look at them with such wonder and awe. And now I look at these houses and I just think to myself, I will never own a home. And that's okay. You know, I have my family. And that's what the spirit of Christmas is all about. So I'm excited to see my family. I really didn't get to see them last year, and that was the first time I ever did that. So really excited to be able to spend some quality time with them. And I think we're going to the cool thing with the knights and jousting and raw chicken the night before. It'll be cool. Medieval times or whatever they call it. It should be a good time. Even if it's medieval. Hopefully I don't get guillotined. That was a crazy time. Off with his head. Just like, alright. That's a heavy one. It's a heavy price to pay. Yeah, this has definitely only been like 20 minutes. And really don't know how much energy I have for today's thing, just to keep it all going by myself. But I wanted to make sure I did a podcast in general. So we are here. We are live. Was there anything I wanted to talk about in particular? Like, I don't know. That's why I don't know. I wish I had more questions and stuff. Somebody was asking last time about, there was a time that I got on the news doing my bike surfing thing, and they wanted to know a little bit more about it. So what happened that day is I was just riding my bike around, and the pier was open, so I love going up and down the pier and doing my thing. And then I saw they were doing a news report, so I thought, you know, all right, well, I'll do something silly. I'll just go home, get my guitar, come over, and then I'll do the guitar thing. And so I went over and talked to the guy announcing the newscast. His name was Dan Plant. And basically he told me that they were doing a story that basically made OB look like a terrible place, full of just awful people and drugs and uh, you know, scary, bad things, and it just didn't seem like it highlighted our town in any way. Like it had this beautiful sunset, but the whole story was just this negligent homage to our town. And so I said, "Can I do like this thing? It's a little cooler." And they said, "Yeah." And so when they're making the report, it's funny because he says, "Well, I can guarantee you this guy's not flying on any meth or any crack," and he didn't even ask. He's not even a good journalist. So it was just funny. And then I ended up landing it. I think it would have gone more viral if I crashed. That would have been funny. Could have crashed on purpose, but I had a guitar and didn't really want to do that. Um, and so basically, or I could have jumped over the edge or something. That would have been funny. Let's see what else happened. Um, yeah, and then they did the news thing, and then I was on it. I guess that's the whole story. It's not a very good story. I think I'm really tired. This is hard. I woke up super late today and haven't had any breakfast. Then again, I don't eat breakfast. In general, I don't really eat 3 meals anymore. I have 1 meal late at night, and that's it. Last night was a pretty good one, too. I had 2 PB&Js, a bunch of organic nacho cheese Doritos, and then I ate a whole family-sized chicken pot pie. And I woke up feeling so hungry. It's funny. I don't know how to work the battle of feeling full. I never feel full. My metabolism's crazy. It's nice to have pretty dialed 6-pack even after eating a bunch of McDonald's, but at what cost? What is it really doing to my body? I have no idea. I'm just in it to win it, I suppose. I'm at least here for the ride, at the very least. I mean, I've won certain things over the years in certain retrospects. However, it's hard to feel like you're winning when you're fighting for the rent days after it's due. That's tough. It's a tough world that we live in. The society holds no sense of compassion for people that are struggling, it seems. Yeah, just there have been so many ways to make ludicrous amounts of money over the last couple of years. Whether it was there's some kind of like video thing or just you see people opening toys and making millions. Where did I go wrong? There's so many jobs I could have done. I wish I could. There's girls that sit in their jacuzzis and play video games and make hundreds of thousands of dollars every month. Where I wish I would have started doing that. That sounds really nice. Dang. Nah, I don't want to be like envious, but at the same time, how can you not be envious of somebody who just plays video games in a jacuzzi and makes more money than you ever will? That's a hard thing to not wrap your head around and be just, wishing that you were in that spot. I don't even play that many video games anymore. That's not even the whole point. There's people that just travel the world and film themselves traveling and make money doing that. I'm streaming right now, but I'm streaming. There's one person watching this. Just shouts out to whoever you are. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know how to navigate the whole realm of social media into finance. That doesn't make any sense to me. My YouTube channel makes like $100 every 2 months, which is amazing, and I don't want to in any way insinuate that I'm not grateful for that. But there's people that make millions of dollars every week on YouTube, and it's just like, what are you doing? That's crazy. But at the same time, I'm happy, just being able to have like a chronological catalog of my life. So I'm able to go and kind of backtrack and see certain moments and things. So that's nice. And that goes as far as any social platform goes, whether it's my Instagram. I can go all the way back to 2013 and look at photos when I first showed up to California. And then there on out, you know, that's the Galactic Seabass, and now that's this podcast, and yeah, like there's been the music journey, there's been the movie journey, there's been traveling, there's been all kinds of really cool occasions over the years. So I'm definitely grateful for everything that's gone down. Just didn't blow up as far as all that stuff goes. Like I'm 30 years old. I was looking at some dude. I forget his name. He does little TikTok videos where he eats food trucks and rates it out of 10. And it hit the Forbes 30 under 30. And I just realized, oh, I'll never hit the Forbes 30 under 30 because I'm 30. And I always thought I might, you know, I had a bunch of dreams and visions over the years. Like, I remember going to this, it was so weird. It was like a muffin shop in Prague in the Czech Republic. And they only served coffee and bagels and muffins with Bitcoin. It was the only way you could buy stuff. It was a really cool underground, like, kind of syndicate. It was the first place I ever saw a 3D printer. 2015. I thought that was mind blowing. And I remember Bitcoins were $150. I thought about buying a couple just because I had the money to, and I went, I don't need to do that. So, whoops. I remember watching the GameStop thing happening live because I was pretty heavy into this one meme site, and they were talking about it from like the very beginning. And I remember trying to go on Robinhood and buy a bunch of GameStop stock, and I made a Robinhood account like a bunch of years ago with an email that I can't access, and that email had like my social. It was this old Yahoo account, and so I couldn't buy stocks for the GameStop thing, even though I saw it all happening. Same thing for the AMC. Like, there was a bunch of things that happened over the years where just like, I was right at the cusp of this money, and I didn't grasp it. If anything, I lost it all. Just like hurts. I hate money. I wish it wasn't such a prevalent factor. You know, say money can't buy happiness, but that's BS. Because money buys you the ability to maintain a place of stability, and then from there you can work on what you need to be happy, whether it's like therapy or exercise or friends or etc. But you need to have that place of complacency first before you can start to work on the overlying aspects that, you know, go under that factor. I have to cough. Ew. Excuse me. So, yeah, that was a heavy one. But at the same time, yeah, that's how money rules our society. There's no way out. And it's not impossible. Like, I'd love to be able to find some way to be financially viable from what I do right now, you know, regarding like comedy or videos or music or whatever it is I think I'm doing, you know, photography. I've made money before, but I'm so bad at holding clients and like keeping all that stuff together. Sometimes I wish I would have gone to college. It's just, you know, this is where we are. This is life. So just got to keep on going. And tonight I'll probably go to work. Let's see if I can work for 5 hours until the comedy little open mic thing. Be there for an hour. And then go back to work for like 4 hours, like 9 hours. $20 on average. It's probably like 180. Fill up the tank probably twice. So it's like 30, 40. So probably make it out like 140, 150 tonight profit. If I work till, you know, 4 or 5 in the morning. And then hopefully the tips come in. Really don't like it when people say, oh, I'm going to tip you really big, dude, and then just don't tip at all. I'd rather you not say anything or just spit on me, punch me in the back of the head, and then give me 1 star. Just don't take the hope from my heart. It's evil. And that's something. Yeah, I did one of those. I'm almost at 5,000 rides. So many humans in the car. Ugh. So many crazy little stories that have happened over the years. There's no way to get on stage and talk about all of them. I mean, there's certain things that have happened over the years that kind of outweigh outweigh certain ones. I had this guy got in the car the other day. You know, they say autism's a spectrum. This guy was at the top of the spectrum. That's in no way like disrespectful. He told me immediately. Basically, this this big kind of clumsy dude walks over the car, and gets in the back seat. I'm like, hey, how's it going? And I even wrote it down because I didn't want to mess it up. But he said, I'm pretty sure it was, I'm trying to save money for my future wife and I to have a nice home. And I went, all right, it's going to be one of these rides. And then I realized that he dropped his phone, so he very clumsily got out of the car, found it on the sidewalk, and then got back in the car. And he went, oh my gosh, can you imagine? And the amount of times he said, can you imagine, over the next 6 minutes, almost drove me to the point of insanity. But he was a really nice little fella. And eventually, we're just talking. He won't stop talking. Won't stop saying, can you imagine? And then finally he gets a phone call. He answers the phone. And he says, hey, babe. And I just thought, what do I have to do to get a girlfriend? What do I have to do, Lord? Just kidding. It's fun, though. That was a really funny little thing. And then, say a few days ago, this nuclear family got in. And it was a mom, dad, 2 teenage sons. The second teenage son gets in the car. And within 2 seconds, he just goes, this isn't a Mazda 2. And my kid, if I'm going to fake my car, it's going to be a much nicer car. Okay? It'll be a Maserati. I'll just slap a Rolls Royce emblem on the hood. And then I just roasted this kid for a few minutes. His dad was absolutely loving it. At the end, I said, I'm going to use you as a bit, dude. And he went, he's gonna make jokes about you on stage, dude. And they gave me a fat tip. So shouts out to those parents. And that kid's gonna probably remember that forever. Let's see, I had the funniest kid get in my car a few months ago. This little 8-year-old boy. I don't remember his name, but I picked up this kid and his mom from a restaurant. And his mom looked like she was the president of the local Tim Burton fan club. If that makes sense. I think that makes sense. Anyway. So I picked them up. I said, hey, how you doing today, And she said, oh, that place is awful. They kicked me out for saying the F word too much. It's like, what? Okay, it's gonna be a weird one. And so then eventually we start talking, and I tell this lady, there's a little spiel on the back of my passenger seat, and she says, oh, you're a comedian? And he says, what's a chlamydian? First of all, incredible kid humor. Secondly, she says, no, it's a comedian, somebody that tells jokes. And so I tell him the vegan joke, and then he laughs, and the mom laughs. And then he's like, I have a few of my own. And he gives me 3 decent jokes. I'm actually having a pretty good time. They're funny. And then, keep in mind, this kid's 8 years old. He's like kind of chunky. He's got a dinosaur t-shirt with ice cream stains on it. Like, this kid's funny. And a young Shane Gillis. And so, eventually the jokes started to kind of fall off the wagon a little bit. They turn into kid jokes. Why was the banana mad at the giraffe? Because he smelled. Things that don't make sense. But I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. And so I don't remember exactly what the mom said to the kid, but all I remember hearing from my seat was, are you calling me a hack? From the mouth of an 8-year-old boy. And I damn near crashed the car. That was one of the funniest things I have ever heard. I don't even know if that's what he thinks he said. I had to explain to him what I thought he said and why I was dying. Like, no, a hack is someone that tells bad jokes. Like, you don't understand how funny you were without trying. And that was amazing. Shouts out to that kid. I wish I remembered his name. He was awesome. yeah, I had these. Oh my gosh, I don't even think I could talk about this on the podcast yet without getting canceled. But these four soon to be divorced women were some of the worst. Let me see if I can get through this story without using any swear words. Okay, this is actually a challenge. Okay, um, I pick up these four soon to be divorced women at this bar. And to make matters even worse, is that bar is about 35 minutes from my house. And about in, I'd say about 45 minutes previously, or 45 minutes prior, I was at the same bar waiting for somebody. They didn't show up. So I started making my way back down towards my district, which is closer to, the coastal bars and a lot of nighttime activity. The hour's like 1:35. It's late. So we're right about to be at the pinnacle time where everybody gets out and the money is there to be made. So I get a ride request. Where is it? At the exact same bar that I was already at. So I should have done it. I should have said no, but I didn't. And I accepted it and I went all the way back to the same bar. And this time they were there and they were ready to get in. So they. Alright, this is the part where I have to be really methodical with my speech. So these women get in, they're all screaming, like, and the girl in the front gets in and she says, "Driver, is it ing or banging?" Hopefully you understood what I just said there, but she didn't use her fingers like that. That was also the word. So anyway, do some math there. She says, "Is it that or that?" And I said, "I need context." And then they basically just start graphically talking about their adult lives. Very loudly, no filters, back and forth. The girl in the passenger seat is turned around, so her elbow is bumping into me while I'm driving. It's a 25-minute ride at 2 in the morning. This is really difficult, and what they're talking about is so gross that I was disgusted, even as a boy. And we end up getting about 25 minutes into the ride. And this is where there was a reason I took this ride, because this is where the juice came out. Now, this lady basically said, "My husband is cheating on me with um with a man who wasn't always, or a woman who wasn't always." Whichever one of those makes sense and is the most politically correct. Anyway, so they start talking about how she found out. She said one time they were engaged in intercourse, and the man suggested they put on an adult video. And she said, "Okay, that's pretty spicy. I like that." However, the video he chose to put on involved only men. And there was a point which she said, "Babe, your head is blocking the TV. Please move." Which is hilarious. And then she was in denial, saying, "No, he's not. He's not homosexual. He's a regular guy who likes to do." No, this is the part I have. Oh, there's no way around it. What she said was, "He's not gay. He just likes black." Okay, right? Okay, but it's a C word for men. And I haven't said anything since the first little "I need context" line at the beginning. So I turn around And I go, that's kind of gay. And it was very satisfactory for me. And in no way is disrespectful to the husband, but I didn't need to hear any of that story. I'm just your driver. You know, I always tell people there are 4 kinds of people that get in the car. Category A, it's about 70% of people. They like to chit chat, ask about the weather, ask about comedy. Easy peasy. Good ride. Category B, 20% of people. They get in, say hi, and they sit on their phone. Then it's over, they say bye, it's a good ride. Category C is where it starts to get squirrely. 9.9% of people. They get in, they don't have a therapist. So you are now their therapist. I've heard felonies, affairs, adultery, polygamy. I've heard it all. And that's where the majority of the content that I do on stage comes from. Then that last little bit, that point 1, that's category D. These are the people that sit right behind me by themselves. They don't talk, they don't sit on their phone, they just breathe real loud. And I just feel like I'm about to get choked out at any point in time. Really gave his blind spot a whole new meaning. I'm not a fan of that one, to be totally honest. However, that was a plane. I do like planes flying overhead. Especially, there's a point on the highway in San Diego, if you're on the 5 South, where the planes go right over you. If you're almost downtown, you're in the right spot. And it's just so cool. I light up like a 6-year-old every time. So cheers to the planes. I just saw this crazy video from the Metro Transportation Department of Los Angeles. That was basically the equivalent of the you wouldn't download a car video from the early 2000s. Just said, we heard what you wanted and we got them. More trains. And it's just, that's it. Just says more trains. More often, all the time, in big, bold spray paint letters. It's really silly. I don't know why they made it, whose idea it was, why they did it, but that's the society we live in, because I watched it, liked it, and now I want to go ride the Metro. Oh, that's cool. Excuse me. Oh, that's my kitty cat. I'm gonna go let his little booty in. Why do I have these on? It's really uncomfortable if you're not actually using them. Or like have them on the right way, like this. But then I can't hear, so, because it's not plugged into anything. I just wanted to look like I was a professional podcaster for a little bit. I'm placeboing myself into the podcast world. I'm just going to pray to this crystal ball and say, make me viral. What I could do is just drop it and shatter this table, and that might actually work. But I'm not going to do that because I like this table. It's seen quite a bit. It would be ironic though if it just shattered on its own. I'll let my kitty cat in a second. He's a good kitty. Good little boy. Yeah, again, just trying to save up. Going to kill Tony at the end of the month. Kill Tony. And there's a very slight chance that I will get my name drawn out of that little bucket and get to do 60 seconds of stand-up comedy for an arena full of people, which is pretty cool. So let's see how those jokes be hitting. At the same time, then the arena, the interview, everything's improvised. So there's no real way to know what's going to happen. But just bring your A game, stay sober, and try your best. You know, you can only hope for that. And you can only do your best. So just have to believe and try. It's the only way. You know, there's a chance that I'll go to Austin and I won't get pulled out of the bucket. But if I sit here and just don't go, there is a 2,000,000% chance that that won't happen. So might as well go. Then at least it's a slight chance. It's like a category D chance. Get that 0.1, baby. I feel like there will be a lot of names, so you never know. Maybe they'll even do a longer set so they can fit more people, since it's like a special event. But I'm not really sure. It doesn't really matter. As long as I try, you know. Same thing with all these little endeavors over the years that I've given solid attempts to. I made an album. I made a movie. I got animals and took care of them. I moved into this house. I got the cover of a BMX magazine. You know, started a business. I take professional photographs. I got a YouTube channel. You know, trying to make stuff happen. Getting paid doing comedy. Not very often, but you know, 4 times out of 434, it's pretty good. That's like another category D. Category D is the theme of tonight's episode. And I would just like to thank you very much for tuning in at the Galactic Seabass channel. My name is Sebastian, and this has been a podcast. Next week will be episode 32. Be the last episode before Christmas this year. Happy, I don't know which day of Hanukkah it is right now, but happy Hanukkah to everybody that's celebrating. Looks like Kwanzaa's off the table. I haven't heard anything about Kwanzaa in years, but happy Kwanzaa whenever that is. And yeah, happy holidays to everybody. Travel safe, going to visit your loved ones and all that. And if you feel like supporting this channel, there is a Venmo link in the description. Any little bit helps, and it's all going towards the Austin trips. Thank you so much for your support. Shouts out to my mom, who just dropped off some food for Ollie and Andy. That was really kind of you. Thank you very much. And I guess shouts out to you guys for watching this video, and thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Sebastian, and this is the Galactic Seabass channel. They call me Seabass, but my real name is Sebastian Jean Telefala, and that was a little bit crazy pronounced, but hey, it is what it is. This is the mind of a rambling. That didn't... Okay, we're going to go ahead and make that the last little bark on the tree standing. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. My name is Sebastian again, and I appreciate you guys being here on the 31st episode of the Galactic Seabass podcast. Next week, hopefully we'll have a real guest. I know I say that all the time, but I am asking all the time. It's really hard to get guests, actually. If you think it's easy to book guests for your podcast, go ahead and start one and try to get them, because it's not as easy as you think. Anyway, I appreciate you very much for tuning in, and wish me luck in all the endeavors of life, and I wish those same best of lucks right back to you in all of your endeavors. So thank you so much for tuning into this episode. And how many times can I say my name before I leave? Probably, I don't know what my record is so far. It's probably at least 20. But anyway, I guess that's it. We're rocking, we're rolling, and at the drop of a hat, we're out of here. So thank you so much for being a part of this episode and tuning in. And I go ahead and drop the mic on that. And thanks for tuning into the Galactic Seabass channel. My name's Sebastian. They call me Seabass. You're beautiful. Stay that way. And I'll see you for episode 32 next Thursday. We go live at some point in the day. Even though last week it was on Friday, so who knows? Just stay tuned, and one of these days we'll figure it out. That's it. Rock and roll, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. End transmission. Skit deep dee doo boop a doo 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 boop a doo boop doo doo boop a doo boop 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 boop.